we're in it. We're in it. So, just to get started. Damn dogs. 1 second. Hey! Knock it off! Ho! Romaleo 2 verse 3. Romaleo 2. Romaleo 3. So here you have the Romaleo the Romaleo 2. I've had this shoe for about 2 years. And honestly, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I love this shoe. From the moment I got them, they were comfortable, fit like a glove, performance-wise. Love them. Now again, this was my first Olympic weightlifting shoe, or squat shoe, as us powerlifters like to say. But those of you who don't know, these aren't powerlifting specific shoes. They're actually Olympic weightlifting shoes. So when Nike is designing them, I don't really think they're taking into consideration powerlifting. At least not to my knowledge. Weightlifting is a much bigger sport than powerlifting. So they are probably mostly focused on pleasing weightlifting customers. But many of us, as I'm sure you've seen, or maybe you own the twos yourself, many powerlifters use a weightlifting shoe or squat shoe. So those of you who maybe have never even tried a pair, what you're gonna notice is this heel. It's a very large heel. You'll see on the 3 as well, very similar. And not only is it, you know, a higher heel, it's very, very sturdy. I mean, it's hard as a rock, basically. So, with having the very hard sole and the heel, it's gonna allow you to have a lot more stability. And when you're driving through the floor on a squat, you're not gonna lose any force. So in a soft sole rubber, a soft rubber sole shoe, like a standard, just like a standard running shoe or whatever, that soft sole is actually gonna absorb some of that force production that you're putting into the floor. So that's what an weightlifting or a squat shoe allows, is every bit of force that you push through this shoe into the floor is gonna help move the bar. So there is actually a lot of benefits other than just the heel. Although the heel does help, especially with, somebody who may struggle with reaching depth due to hip mobility or ankle mobility, which are probably your two most common issues. This isn't fixing the problem. It's basically a band-aid for the real issue, but it will buy you time to start squatting to depth and squatting properly. Should help you stay more vertical. In the meantime, while you should be addressing those core issues, which is the mobility. Some of us, like myself, if you are a little bit taller and maybe you have that long femur issue, a heel can definitely help as well, because just your leverages are gonna make for a more difficult squat. It is what it is. We're all built differently. Somebody with real short femurs and a torso, they can hit depth and stay perfectly vertical, perfectly vertical back all the way down. But that's not the case for all of us. So what I noticed is the Romaleo, or a squat shoe, Olympic weightlifting shoe, it allows me to stay more vertical. along with having a very solid base to drive through. So that just gives you a little bit of a background on, you know, the purpose of the weightlifting shoe. And immediately when I posted one of my videos in the new Romaleo, I was getting a ton of questions as far as, you know, how I like them. How do they compare to the two? So I wanted to make a quick video doing a review. I've now used these on 2 squat days, so not a whole lot of time in them, but I had a high bar day and a low bar day. So 2 of your, you know, obviously the 2 main competition squats, high bar, low bar. Tried both. Wanted to have some feedback for you guys on both bar positions. And so far, so good. I really thought immediately I was comfortable in them. If I didn't know any better, like if I didn't put the shoe on myself, I probably wouldn't have known that they were different than the 2s. And that's just based on feel, stability, comfort. As far as the weight, you can tell the 3s are lighter. I will say that the 3s are a little bit lighter, but as far as comfort, put my foot in them for the first time, felt great. As far as stability, I didn't notice any difference. I know I was seeing and getting a lot of questions about the stability. For me, they felt fine. I had no issues with stability. They felt the same. A couple of the differences. So you'll notice on the 2, you have the 2 straps. On the 3, you have the 1 strap. Now, again, I've only used them twice, but so far the 1 strap works perfectly fine. I did kind of like the 2 straps on the 2. I don't know, it did kind of feel like it held everything in, but you know, not a huge difference with having the 1 thicker strap. So I don't think that's going to be a big issue, but we'll see. I think maybe what I'll do is I wanted to get like this initial review out, and you know, with having only a couple days under my, you know, a couple days squatting in them, I think I'll obviously be using them over the course of my meet prep for nationals, and I will at least get back to you guys via Instagram, because I know a lot of you follow me on there. But maybe I'll even do like a part 2 review on the 3 once I have a few more weeks in them. But other than, you know, the looks, they're a little bit different as far as looks. You can see like the Nike symbol or the Nike logo is a little bit different on them. You see the heel design on the 2 compared to the heel design on the 3. It's not a huge difference. I mean, looks wise, not that there's anything wrong with the 2. The 2 is a good looking shoe, but the 3s are fucking dope. The only reason I got the 3 is because of the look. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. They just look cool. So I wanted to give them a try. And I also like red. I really like red. So if I was to rate the 3 compared to the 2, I think they would be very similar. I know this probably doesn't give you guys, it's probably not a whole lot of help as to whether or not you should, you know, invest in the 3s. I would just say, hey, I mean, if you like the look of the 3s and you have the extra money, I mean, maybe give them a shot. I don't think you're gonna notice a big difference in them, besides the looks. As far as, you know, stability and comfort, I would give them both around the same, probably like an 8 out of 10. As far as the looks, I think the 2s are probably like an 8 out of 10. I think the 3s are probably like a 9 out of 10. I really like the 3s a lot. I know I've said that a few times now. And then overall performance, now I'm basing it off of 2 workouts. I did high bar and I did a low bar day. And I gotta say, I think they're just too close to say which is better. I've had a lot more reps with the 2s, so maybe I'm a little more comfortable in them, but I think the only reason that the 3s would be a little bit less, like maybe the overall performance of the 2 is a 9 out of 10, maybe the overall performance of the 3 is an 8 out of 10. But I mainly think that's just because I'm not completely used to them yet. So maybe them being a little lighter, that's the only reason I would say I'm not as comfortable. I think as the training weeks go on, that'll change. I think I'll become just as comfortable in the 3s as I was in the 2. And I think that might be a big reason why some of the review videos that I've watched so far, or just asked some of my buddies who already had the 3s, they all made the video, or they all gave the review rather quick, as I am. I'm sure after a month training in the 3s, you'll be just as comfortable as you ever were in the 2s. So, I think that's it. Overall, really happy with them so far. I will keep you guys posted if anything changes. Maybe I'll do a part 2 review of the Romaleo 2 to the Romaleo 3. Hopefully this helped you guys. If you guys have any questions that you want me to answer, I get a lot of the same questions via email, direct messages. I'm going to try to start addressing those with more YouTube videos so I can get a little bit more detailed into explanations, because a lot of these questions that I do get asked are good questions and I know a lot of people have them. So I'm going to start doing more question and answer type videos. If you guys have the questions, please comment below, email me, shoot me a direct message on Instagram. And I know you see that hat. You always gotta have a steady flow of caffeine. Right here. Peach pear onward. It's like my daily multivitamin. I'm out.